See, look, all you see is teeth. Yeah, Arizona neighborhood, aka AB 125. So, this is narcissism. This is how it works, how it manifests. We on 5 of them now. Before, like I said, even sometimes I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But like I say, this stuff you wouldn't even be hearing about it. If and I think this is narcissism, aka Judas type, material relationships and all this and that. There's probably another word for it besides just narcissism, because when you hear that word, like, let me make another example. Like Pharisees, people probably don't even know what a Pharisee is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the definition of a Pharisee? You get what I mean? And so, what's the definition of a narcissist? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't really have a definition, but I'm here to show you behaviors. And if you ever heard about it, like I say, this stuff only works when you have built a bond with somebody. You know what I mean? When someone close to you is, or someone close to you, you know what I'm saying? A brother, sister, mother, you know what I'm saying? Girlfriend, boyfriend, baby mama. And you have to know these people a little bit over 3 months. You get what I'm saying? It's, and that's why it's so diabolical, because otherwise Satan won't be able to sting you in that area. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on the street just saying, comparing you to that person, or talking down on you, being super critical, gaslighting you. You know what I'm saying? If you like me, I watch facial expressions. You know what I'm saying? You start realizing that these certain people, all of a sudden, when you're doing bad, you know what I'm saying? It seems like they're happy that you're doing bad. You know what I mean? That you can sense it, in there, or they get, more, they get glad when you tell them some bad news and stuff like that. But if you tell them some good news or whatever, they got all these excuses. There's nowhere to be found, or they'll find a way to poke a hole into. None of that's gonna matter for somebody on the street. So, Satan wouldn't be able to sting you in that area. He's only able to really sting you in that area after he was able to deceive you through that person. Like I say, a lot of narcissists, spiritually they're witches, and warlocks, period, point blank. And I'm gonna say 95% of them, they do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they behind your back. You know what I mean? Watch how they act towards your progress. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that they possibly are doing something spiritually. The accusations, the curses, the lies, the twisted narratives, the trying to isolate you from the same people that they're telling you